Hey guys, what is up? It is Bib07 here again, and welcome to another RuneScape 3 vlog here today. In this video, I'm going to be talking about this week's Monday update. As per usual here, we have the pushed back from January updates for this first week of February, the player-owned farms, improvements, and farmhands. So I'm heading over to the farm right now to check it out. I only have about 4.4 thousand beans here, so I hope that's enough to check out the new things. Just because, I don't really do the player-owned farm at all anymore since I got the comp requirement. But I got all my totems out and everything. So, pen full of rabbits, a couple pens full of rabbits. I've got some cows here, strawberry cows, and then the zygomites everywhere. That's what I did mainly, was breed a bunch of zygomites for my beans. But yeah, that's basically what I just haven't really done it since I got the seasonalizer. But there's some new stuff that we can definitely check out. So let's see what we got at Granny first. Holy shit. Oh, okay, so it's only 5k to initially buy, but 20k to upgrade its thing. So the first part of the, or I guess not on their list, but the first part I'll talk about, there's this new storm barn that you can buy for 5k beans initially. And then if you want to double its space, it's initially 15 in size. You can double it for another 20,000 beans on top of that, which is a lot. But yeah, that you can build right over here. I think it was something like 20 mahogany planks and 225 rune nails to build. And you can store up to 15 checked animals in there. So that means they have to have been checked. You can't store unchecked animals in there. And that will keep them without aging or getting sick or breeding or anything like that. So people have been complaining about storage space. There's your solution. Although even 30 animals isn't really a whole lot, but I don't think there's any real reason for you to hoard like more than 2 or 3 of every species at the very least. So I don't know, that might be enough, might not, depends on, how crazy you are with what you're collecting, but definitely glad to see that they had that come out and, people really wanted it. Let's see if I can find this person. There's supposed to be a person who buys everything for much cheaper than it's worth, but I don't see them here. It's supposed to be called Baby Shakes, apparently, but you got the 3 people here. I don't see the other person who's supposedly supposed to be around. Maybe we'll see them later. But another thing that you can buy, I think, is probably under MISC rewards. Yeah, you can now buy status icons to show up above your animals if they are either diseased or can be harvested, and that's kind of useful. Let me see, how much do the farmhands? Okay, I'm not gonna buy this yet, but I might buy this to show them off. But I don't really like the way they look based on the preview image. The symbols are kind of ugly, to be honest. Like the skull and the scythe is okay, I guess, but the skull is kind of ugly. I don't really like it that much, but still, that's useful so you don't have to click on every single animal if you're not sure what's ready to be taken out or what needs curing of their disease. So I'm glad to see that. That's actually something I recommended back when this first came out. So yeah, a couple of nice changes there, the storm barn and the status icons. Also, there's now a title for completing the breeding log, which I think is very, very nice. I'm glad to see they added that. Gonna look forward to trying to get that on my Iron Man perhaps, but very cool that there's now a title. I'm surprised they didn't have that on release, to be honest. Let's see. Yeah, it just says that there's this person called Baby Shakes that's supposed to buy the animals for 10% of their adolescent value, which is like horrible, like horribly undercharging or underpaying for them. So only ever sell to this person if you really, really want to get rid of your animals. I don't even know where they are. Maybe they're only going to show up at reset when the merchants switch. Oh, this person, maybe? The fuck? Who is this? Who are you? Oh, okay, so it's this one. I don't know why it's called Baby Shakes here, but Jan. So this thing is the one you sell to 10 animals at a time, or for 10% of their adolescent cost. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing that, but if you're really desperate, you can do that. But the main attraction of this update is, of course, the farmhands. So we have a couple of different ones. It looked a bit confusing based on reading the update notes, and I'm definitely getting that confusion here as well with all these parentheses that they're throwing around. Jesus Christ. So let's see. It looks like there's a couple different types of them. Or no, there's basically two types of farmhands, but then there's also the trapper, who's kind of unique. So you've got the babysitters, and what the babysitters do is basically they will keep your animals at adolescent, and they won't let them age further than that. So if you want them to be adolescent to get the most beans out of them, and you're not going for the XP, you can have a farmhand, and you set the farmhand, I'm pretty sure you set it to a specific animal, so you can have up to 3 on a pen. And I think the large pens can hold at most 3 things. So you can do it for all your large animals, but on the small or medium pens, you're going to be sacrificing an animal or a few animals that could possibly go over adolescent, which I guess makes sense. But yeah, there's ones for small pens. They're 1k beans each, and they also cost a 10 bean upkeep cost every time you assign them to an animal and want them to do their deed by not making them raise their age above adolescent. Then the medium ones are 2k each, and then the large pen ones are 3.5k each, and then there's ones for any pen which are also 3.5k. So it looks like you have a maximum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them in total, assuming you can only buy 1 of each. Let's just buy 1, fuck it. Yeah, so you can only buy 1 of each of these, so you can have a total of 8, meaning you could only have 4 on all your large pens, so you'd still have 2 animals that would be able to age on their own. So it's not going to completely cover your entire farm, but it is definitely a step in the right direction, and people will mainly want to use them for large. I'm pretty sure won't be as big of a concern for the other pen sizes. Hold on one second. All right, sorry about that. So moving on from the babysitters, which are pretty useful but don't really seem like they're going to be the most amazing thing, is the collector, which sounds super good. I'm going to buy it right away. The collector you can put only on the breeding pen, but it allows you to stockpile breeded animals even when your pen is full, and she can hold, I think they said, up to 30 animals from up to 3 different species, so a total of 90. So we have her right here, Kalia. So let's check. Kalia is not holding any animals. Collect. I'm not currently collecting the youngs. Yes, please collect the youngs. Okay, so let me see. Let me take out a couple of these. Oh yeah, they're fucking, well, they're probably all fucked, so I need to fix them, but I'll do that later. But yeah, basically you can, this will be especially useful for things like rabbits that breed really quick. You can just stick her on there, have 2 animals in the pen, and in the end they'll breed, and there'll be 2 in the pen, and she can hold up to 30 of them. So you can get 32 things bred without having to move stuff around, which is really, really nice and useful. I think that is really very, very nice to see that, and it's going to be much more useful than I feel like the babysitters are, to be honest. I don't know. I don't really ever care what age my things are when I sell them. I'm not really going for the beans. I usually do this for the XP, but maybe for other people they'll have a different opinion. But I think this collector lady is going to be very, very useful, especially for like Iron Men who have to breed their stuff as opposed to mains who can just buy it and sell it that way. But yeah, she sounds extraordinarily useful. I'm looking forward to definitely making use of her, especially on my Iron Man. And then the final one that I said was a bit different, and it definitely is the Trapper, who's not really even a farmhand technically. Like, he doesn't man your farm or do anything for you here. You can send him on a kind of like a voyage or a hunt, because he's a trapper. You know, you send him on a hunt, which costs you 100 beans on top of the pretty hefty 5k purchase price. So it costs you 100 beans per time, and it takes him 6 hours to do this hunt, and he'll come back with a random unchecked animal of any type, excluding the Araxite spider. So he can even pull you a royal dragon, although the chances of that are really, really low. Still, it is there. So I'm sure people will definitely be using this on their Iron Men to maybe avoid the Chinchompa catching grind to get those, or, you know, just to hope for something good that they maybe can't even get yet, or whatever, don't have access to, don't feel like grinding it out. It just seems like a cool little, gamble you can just throw out. Why not? It takes 6 hours, so pretty long, and you won't be able to get, I'm sure the rates for like Royal Dragons are really going to be not too high. So I think that's a cool addition, just a little fun little thing that they added. But my main thing that I like the most is definitely the breeding collector. The babysitters are useful for people who are really going for those high bean counts, but it doesn't seem like I'm going to be making too much use of them. Let's see, where's my, I want to see what it looks like on here. So this one cost me 2 beans to save per time I want to make an animal stay at adolescent. It'll cost me 2 beans. So I can like click add, and then I guess he'll just do it. 2 beans per use. I'm not sure how exactly it works. Removing the farmhand will allow adolescents to age again. The babysitter already paid for each animal in this pen. Oh. So does it do all? No, it obviously doesn't do all of them, because then there would be no reason to have the any pen ones. Huh, interesting. So I guess it's it already took it when I added it. Let's remove it. It's 2 beans. I don't really care. Let me just see. Check my beans. I have 881. Add. Why are you lying to me then, Jagex? It didn't actually get charged. I don't know. That doesn't make much sense to me, to be honest. I'll have to look into it more, but it's you know what it's supposed to do. I'm not sure how you actually get it to do it, but it's supposed to allow you to avoid animals from going above adolescence. Let's see. That's basically everything from the main update page, and I think there was a couple of things that I wanted to mention in the patch notes here. Oh yeah, I spent too much, so now I don't have enough for the icons. But if you guys look on the home page, they have the picture there that you can see. Maybe I'll throw it up on screen, although I probably will forget by the time I get home and I'm editing this video. Let me see. There was some stuff about mining and smithing. You'll no longer lose stamina when you're doing sandstone and red and crystal sandstone, so that's kind of nice. Probably was a bit annoying having that implemented when you're going for your flasks and stuff. A bunch of updates to the couple of things in mining and smithing. They've adjusted some mining sites, made rock opportunities more visible at certain places, stuff like that. It's really, we're still in like the aftermath of the rework where they're fixing some kind of obvious things that should have been done previously. One thing that is nice that they finally fixed was the fact that you required an attack level to attach a hatchet to your tool belt, which was really annoying. Like if you didn't have the attack level to wield the hatchet, you couldn't put it on your tool belt. Ever since the rework, they fixed that finally, which was honestly super annoying to me. So glad that they've made that adjustment to once again work properly. And then there was a couple of other things down on the other section. It was a pretty lengthy other section this time, but I don't think there was anything too important that I wanted to mention. So that was pretty much it for this week's update, you guys. Definitely a cool one, although if I'm perfectly honest, a bit less useful than I thought. I thought there was going to be some way for you to slightly automate the farm, like you'd be able to gather you'd have a farmhand who would be able to gather the resources for you, and then I don't know, maybe even swap out an animal like for a cost. I don't know. I thought it was going to be a bit more extensive than this, I guess, but what we got is still pretty nice. I especially like the collector on the breeding pen, and the trapper seems like a cool addition as well. The babysitters is kind of a meh for me, but you guys can let me know in the comments what you think. I'm definitely looking forward to getting more stuck into the player-owned farm on my Iron Man. I'm not really super interested in it on this account because I don't really feel like getting all the unlocks, and I already have the 99 farming, so I'm not too worried about the XP. But again, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Next week we are getting the brand new quest, so I'm really looking forward to bringing you guys a video on that, and then ED3 towards the end of the month. I'll have another Hardcore Iron Man progress video out at some point this week, so you guys can look forward to that. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, guys.